All right. Take two at the Enchanted Rock Summit here in Texas. And this place is absolutely gorgeous. So I'm standing on a giant monadnock of granite, which has a bunch of different names, but if I had to oversimplify it, like super oversimplify, this is just a giant dome uplift of granite. But for your teenagers who are watching this, I kind of thought of it as like it's almost like a pimple, where that magma is pushing up like on the skin of your face and separating that skin, and you're getting this dome. But this is from the Grenville orogeny, which is 1 billion years old, which is pretty wild. It's some of the oldest rock in Texas, and the Grenville orogeny is so important to understand because this was made when the continents were once together, pre-Pangea. Pangea was about 250-ish million years ago, and so these are 1 billion years old. And what's really cool or interesting about these is that these mountains were so large, they went from Mexico to and through Canada, and they're what is underneath. These were eroded away in many places, but this is basically the stump where the Taconic Mountains, the Appalachian Mountains, and the Acadian Mountains sit on top of these old eroded mountains, which is fascinating. This is called Enchanted Rock because there's a lot of stories about Enchanted Rock, especially that it was moaning and making noises late at night, and the cause of that is actually the expansion of the granite. And you could see, if you look below and you kind of look in the opposite direction towards the floor, you know, some of the minerals in the rock, and I mean all of it in general, is going to absorb a lot of sun. And so what happens when things get hot? Yeah, they expand. And so during the daytime, this is expanding, and then during the nighttime, it's cooling. And so this is a process called exfoliation, where that constant heating and cooling actually grows and shrinks the mountains. And so when people could hear noises at night, they were actually just hearing that, if you look over there, you could see it really well, that the layers of granite as these mounds formed, but the expansion basically just broke off the top layer and they would slide down, and you could see kind of chunks laying all over the place. And that's how that happened. So it would expand and cool, and eventually it would break loose and slide all the way down. And it's just beautiful. Now, something I don't know, and would be for a future video possibly, is, you know, a lot of times when we talk about history, geologic history, or the process of making things, a lot of times when you look across, if you can find things that match your height in times, that could mean that you're finding things that are once connected.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hold, please.
We'll see how things are going.
Swimmingly.
Pretty far down with several people.
We're about to get to the top here. But, so yeah, this was all igneous. This was deep below. That that coarse grain texture of the granite also just tells you that it had a longer time to grow. And like a baby, I like this analogy, coarser grained rocks are like full-term babies. They had a much longer time to grow, and so their crystals are bigger. The bigger the crystal, the longer it takes. Those fine-grained crystals, the really tiny ones, or no crystals at all, they're like the premature babies that don't necessarily have enough time to grow, and so they come out very tiny. And so you could tell that this is an intrusive igneous rock, or a platonic, because of that. There's also some process. You can see some of the black, and there's some chemical weathering going on here. There's some stuff growing on it that's going to eat and dissolve the rock. There's a lot of amazing processes that go into breaking this down and building it up. Depends on which side of the coin you want to look at. But that's it for now. I'll take a picture from the top. I thought I could drag this video out long enough, but doesn't look like it.